A Friday, I will make my predictions 1 hour from now for the championship games. We have Brandon Staley, new Chargers coach, who faced the Packers last weekend. Will be joining us today. Joy, how are you?
I'm great. It's Friday. We're here, and it's championship weekend.
It is. Let me start with this. I believe, as of today, the best team in the league is Green Bay. The second best team, as long as Mahomes isn't limping all over the place, is Kansas City. The third best team is Buffalo, and really close to the second best team. And the fourth best team is Tampa. Teams, Green Bay, Kansas City, barely over Buffalo, and then Tampa. I also believe if you held the MVP voting today, it would go in that exact same order. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Tom Brady. We know it's a quarterback league. But more than any year in recent memory, this will be a quarterback weekend. You could say, whoa, what about Mahomes over Aaron? Mahomes is not 100% healthy. What about Josh Allen over Aaron Rodgers? He's never played in this game before. What about Tom Brady over Aaron Rodgers? Right now, athletically, age, it's Aaron. 9:02 Pacific, 2 minutes after noon on a Friday, Aaron Rodgers should win the Super Bowl and is the best quarterback. The other things to consider. This year, because we always know that quarterbacks matter, but this year we don't have a great defense to screw it up. We don't have the 2002 Bucks. We don't have the 2000 Ravens. We don't have the no-fly zone with Denver. We don't have the Legion of Boom 2013 in Seattle. Sometimes you may have the best quarterback, but a great defense screws it all up. We also this year have 4 what we believe to be B+ to A coaches. Bruce Arians, B+, B to B+. Matt LaFleur has been an A in Green Bay. Andy Reid, Sean McDermott. So we don't have what we consider to be a massive coaching advantage or disadvantage to screw it up. We also don't have any team that's at a major deficit with weapons. Green Bay's got a great running back, good O-line. Buffalo's got Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, and Josh Allen, frankly, is their running game. Tampa, loads of weapons. Look around. Nobody's got a weapons advantage. So we have no huge coaching advantage, no huge weapons advantage, no huge defense advantage. And this morning, in order of quarterbacks, is to me in order of teams. So I think Green Bay should win it all. I think Green Bay is the best team in the league. When you take out a defense to screw it up, a coach to screw it up, or an asset, weapon disadvantage, or advantage to screw it up. And by the way, there have been 10 playoff games this year. The best quarterback has won 9 of them. The only exception was that team up in Seattle, which we all kind of feel like the coach, we're not sure if he gets along with the quarterback. The Seahawks, Russell Wilson struggled second half of the year, reportedly interviewing Adam Gase. Not even sure why they do it. And if they did, why would you make it public? But I think we have a clear 4 best teams in order: Green Bay, Kansas City, Buffalo, Tampa, and that's this year, the quarterbacks as well. Let me go to this. So we know in the NFL, every year we got 7 new coaches, right? Some years 8, some years 6, but it's about 7's your average. Yesterday, Philadelphia hired Nick Sirianni, who was not even the top coaching candidate on the Colts staff. This year was the year, in my opinion, of very interesting candidates and some really regrettable hires. Philadelphia hired a young man I believe they think they can control. Detroit hired a guy who I think sounds like a pro wrestler. The Jets hired a guy who many like, but can he solve their offensive woes with Sam Darnold? So we went back 5 years. And we went and looked at all the coaching hires for 5 years. How many end up being A's. So we went back to 2016. Doug Peterson, of the 6 hired, counts as the strongest. I know he was just fired, but Philadelphia won a Super Bowl. They beat Belichick. That's unfair to say he was a failure. 1 for 6 worked. The following year in 2017, 7 coaches were hired, and it was a rare year where 3 were excellent. Sean McDermott of Buffalo, Sean McVay of the Rams, and Kyle Shanahan of the 49ers. 2018, 8 new coaches, and only 2 are home runs. Frank Reich, Colts, Mike Vrabel, Titans. The following year, 8 coaches again. Joy's shaking her head. A quarter of the league flushed out. Again, 2 home runs. Brian Flores of the Dolphins, haven't made the playoffs, but really doing a good job. Matt LaFleur of Green Bay. Now, Bruce Arians could make it 3, but his first year was a losing season, and I ain't sure he's doing the work here. It's Brady. And last year, 2 for 5 so far appear to be excellent hires. Kevin Stefanski of the Browns, Ron Rivera of Washington. I think both had a ton to overcome, and one of the signs of a great coach is ability quickly to overcome chaos, bad quarterback play. Now, I do think Joe Judge has a chance in New York, but I can't say A. So this year, we have 7 openings and 6 have been hired. And I'm going to tell you who I think the 2, because that's the average, you just heard me, will be the hits. Brandon Staley of the Chargers. Why? It's a great roster, a sharp general manager, and Justin Herbert. This would be hard to screw up. He'd have to really not know what he's doing to screw it up. This is made to win. Anthony Lynn got fired, and he won a playoff game a couple of years ago. The second one, and I know you'll bristle, especially the media, Urban Meyer. He's a proven culture changer. He gets a great quarterback, a ton of cap space in a goofy division. And like Pete Carroll when he came out of USC, Urban Meyer will, for the next 3 and 4 years, be drafting players he had on his roster, he recruited, and he faced. I believe that is a massive advantage. Detroit, when's the last time they hired a great coach? Jets, offense is a mess. Did they really solve it? Philadelphia, cap issues, old roster, a head coach with no proven track record. My guess, Brandon Staley Chargers, Urban Meyer Jags. If you go with league average for the last 5 years, those will be the hits. All right. So it's good to have you in on a Friday. 1 hour from now, I will make my NFL picks. They are, I will tell you, the wise guys, that's what they call them. The sharps, I would not be a sharp. I would be a square. I'm just a guy talking, right? But the wise guys and the sharps like Buffalo. I'll tell you that. We'll discuss why they like Buffalo. If you're a Chiefs fan this morning, there is one thing that has got to scare you to death, and it's not Patrick Mahomes' health. It's not. As we often make picks throughout the course of the year, we look at trends. Joy and I have talked about this. People we have on talk about this. Aaron Rodgers this week talked about this. You're not the same team week 4 and week 12 to second round of the playoffs. You're not. Players get hurt. Young players get better. Old players get hurt. You're not the same team. There is a troubling number for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it coincides with a Buffalo Bills strength in the last 3 months. You should be terrified if you're a Chiefs fan. That's coming up. Ever wonder just how far an extra mile really goes? Well, in Mercedes-Benz vans, buy one and find out. They've got more than one option. They have the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, the Mercedes-Benz Metris van. Depends on your work and play lifestyle. Right now, you could win one. How? Go to foxsportsradio.com. Until January 24th, that's the date you have to file to enter. You can win your very own upfitted Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. 6 swivel chairs, 6 TVs, including one outside the van, 2 wood pellet grills, an awning if you're